All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here, of course, for Made in Abyss, episode 12. Oh my. Second to last episode of the season.
Penultimate.
Yep. Here we go, guys. I'm expecting some serious, reveals coming soon.
Yes.
In particular, whatever Nanachi is hiding has to be explained by the end of the season.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, that and also potentially something about the curse. They've been talking about it a lot.
Also, the fact that he could, Nanachi could see it.
Right.
And Reg couldn't.
Yes.
Reg's memories in particular.
Memories and that other white whistle. I think
the other white whistle. Bondrude or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I think he needs to. I would be surprised if he doesn't show up in this episode, but if he doesn't, then he certainly needs to be in the next episode.
Right.
But I think he will be in this one.
Probably. But there's too many things that could go crazy wrong and be really crazy awesome to explore. But let's just get into this episode.
Yeah, good idea.
Watch it and see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, that's the kid.
Yeah. See.
He looked in his mirror. Oh man, it is his birthday.
Wow.
Whoa. Oh, they're bringing it up.
So is this related to the Curse of the Abyss?
Oh my gosh. It's actually real.
Well, they said there were 8 people, but you kind of didn't take them seriously.
Oh, they're bringing this up now at a very, for a very important reason. Oh, very cool. That's Miyazaki.
Yeah, those are some Ghibli-looking ships.
Yeah.
Is it because he's farther away from the Abyss?
Yeah,
now?
I think it is. Oh, she didn't do anything. Yeah. It's the proximity to the Abyss.
Yep. Okay. Well.
Whoa, crap. Whoa.
Okay.
Wow. Yep.
A sickness of the mind. This is sounding a lot like an Eldritch horror, Caleb.
Yeah. Oh, I'm nervous. So nervous. No. No.
Mm-mm.
No. Not okay. What? Okay.
Alright. Close in age.
Oh, I see. What?
Okay.
MIDI is the experiment.
Uh-huh.
MIDI is the experiment.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's so messed up.
Yeah.
Regular people. He's used to trying all these bad sounding foods and they end up being kind of good.
But now it's the skepticism is real.
It's like a bean dip, maybe. Oh. Oh, it's because of her physical composition being so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did.
実際どうにもなってなかったか。ナナチ、教えてくれ。君は
君はアビスの呪いを回避する方法を知
Oh,
っているのではない
yeah.
か。
Well,
見えないやつに教えたところでな。オイラの秘密でもあるしな。
oh, okay.
必
Okay.
要なんだ。僕にできること
Because she knows the
どんな
other white
取引で
whistle?
も応じる。
Maybe.
まあ近づくなよ。しょうがねえな。特別に体験させてやるよ。
What?
よしっと。
Yeah, what is she doing?
これお前も入りな。すんげえ薄い布切れだ。ちょうどこ
Cool.
んな感じだな。
Alright.
何がだ。
アビスの呪いの正体だよ。
And if it's a cloth, then that probably means it's some
こ
kind
ん
of
な
thing in
感
the
じの
air.
ふわふわがな。何重にも重なってオイラたちを覆ってるのさ。
Okay.
触れても感じず、見えもせず。
Okay.
それに触れるとアビスの呪いにかかるのか。
でもたわむだけだ。ちょうどこの布みたいにな。
Okay.
どうすればかかる
So
という
maybe it is like some kind of field.
それはこう。
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
抜けちまうと症状が一気に出る。
Oh.
Gotcha.
他ならほぼ影響ねえけど、頭とか胸とか命に近そうなとこが通ると、
Yeah.
見
Mm-hmm.
てきたようにろくでもないことになるわけ
When
だ。
they show Mitty.
Yep.
上から通り抜ける分にはスルリだ。
Right.
So maybe they're like digestive fluids of some creature.
Yeah, exactly.
ほれ、こんな感じだな。
Inverted thorns like the
ま
Sarlacc
るで獲物を
pit.
捕らえる罠さ。
Yep.
Yep.
何な
Yep.
んだその悪意に満ちたふわふわは。
わかんねえ。力場だよ。
Yeah, they've never really explained that before.
Right.
いわばアビスの血液。
Blood
そい
of
つが
the
アビスの
abyss.
呪いの正体さ。逃げ場なんてどこにもありゃしない。
だが七地のアジト周辺は呪いがないではないか。
Right.
Yeah, why is that?
この場所見つけるのを苦労したんだぜ。縦穴から遠いほど力場は弱くなるんだ。
Ah.
そうなのか。
Oh, yeah, I think they mentioned that.
生き物の動きに敏感でな、意識にまで反応して流れを作るんだ。わかるか？
Yeah.
意識が
Yeah.
読める動きも読める。玉うがちは勘がいいんじゃねえ。未来予知ができるのさ。
Whoa.
力場は深ければ深いほどより濃く強く。
Holy crap.
Okay.
奈落の底に挑むってのは、この先死の呪いが充満する中で未来を読む捕食者を相手にしてくってことだ。なかなかいいだろ。
Alright.
そんなもんじゃ憧れは止められねえんだ。
Yep. It's the will that brings them down there
Yeah.
as much as a perfectly evolved system to keep them going down.
Right.
Potentially
Just
to
in the way that,
feed.
like, in a human body, the food won't go back up the esophagus.
Right.
At least not
なん
easily.
だそれは。
ただし約束な。
Oh,
オイラの指示は絶対だ。
she's gonna wake up to this. Oh crap. Oh crap.
Whoa.
Is this Mitty?
Uh-huh.
Oh! No. 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 Oh.
That...
Wait, what?
Well... Wait a minute. Wait.
Is Mitty communicating with her? Mitty's communicating with her.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
七地が耳元にいるみたいだ。
すげえだろ。広いもんだよな。
Wait, what? Whistle?
なんだ。
もやみに突っ込むな。
It's the... Yep, it's the other one. The helmeted one. Here we go.
No, it's another cave raider getting attacked. Oh crap.
Okay.
ちょうどいい。あの先客を助けてみるか。
当然だ。
But how in the hell are you gonna...
いいか忘れんなよ。何があってもオイラの指示通りだ。あいつも助け
Right, because it's predicting his future, but
Right.
she's telling him what to do.
Yeah.
なら見せてやるぜ。オイラの見てる世界をな。
Whoa.
おいじゃあとりあえず思いっきり上向いてみ。
しかし
If he's not looking at the creature, maybe it won't be able to...
気にするな。あと引き返すな。そ
Whoa. Holy crap.
絶対離すなよ
Absolutely do not let go.
隙間を感じ取る機関
Oh,
okay.
dang.
So now it's
切り
blind.
離さなきゃ触ることすらできねえ奴の生命線だ
Oh my gosh.
混乱した奴
Wow.
なりふり構わず仕留めに来る
But it can cut through steel. Doesn't he need to just incinerate it?
Remember, he's tougher than steel.
そいつの未来は封じたぜぶちかまってやれ
Go Reg. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, here it goes.
Oh. Wait, it dodged it. Holy crap.
Wait, maybe he had to let go as he fired it, and then...
No, it jumped away. It's like, oh hell no, I'm not being involved here.
上出来だ
Where's the survivor?
8割
Oh,
も
he's still
針
there.
を
Okay.
移したんだもうここで狩りはできね
Whoa.
え
Okay.
早く戻ってこい
So it ejected its spines to free itself,
Right.
so that it can
お
move.
いそいつに近づくなタマちゃんがいなくなった今オイラたちにとっちゃ一番危険なのがタンクツカだぞ
Oh.
君は一体
ことづけを頼まれてくれないか
Yes!
Oh,
Up to the
awesome.
surface!
ジルオという人に当ててだ
Yes! Yes!
Oh, that's so
Yeah!
good.
Yeah!
頼む
Oh,
Oh
yeah!
my gosh, yeah.
Yes!
Wow.
That is awesome.
That is so good. All right.
あオイラのこと言わなかったからいいけどさ大丈夫なのかよ
大丈夫だ
I think it'll be
一番信
fine.
頼できる人だから
That's cool.
それにしてもすごかったぞナナチ君も奈落の底についてきてくれればいいのに
Oh.
あのなお前に頼みたいことができた
おおなんだ何でも言ってくれ
頼む
Uh-oh.
ミーティーを殺してくれ
Oh, crap. Oh,
Yeah.
crap. What?
Okay.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We're learning why. We're learning why. Backstory, backstory.
ミーティー逃げてごめんよ
Oh, my
好
gosh.
きなんかさせたりしないから
They escaped from
The
the...
Bondrude guy.
Yeah.
オイラがなんとかするんだ
Holy crap. The blood. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Okay.
So, okay. That's...
This opens up a lot of
This
things.
opens up a lot of things.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah.
so the abyss, as far as I'm concerned, it's basically some organism that's just digesting.
Yeah. It's basically the perfectly evolved organism in regards to having a perfect feeding system. Like, think about it this way. We could go all in depth into, like, what it potentially is, but that's not important. The idea that...
It feeds.
It feeds. It's the idea that the abyss is this hole that promises all this mystery, this this stuff that eventually just ends up consuming those that come down into it.
Yeah.
That's why there's all these relics in there. This thing has been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And the idea that maybe even the people up top are like, we just discovered this. It's like, no, you didn't just discover this. Like, this is something that's been doing this for a while. The idea of the barbed, like, hooks that only go one way is a perfect way to describe it, because it doesn't want you to feel the resistance that you're getting trapped going down. But then once you do, it lets you know. But the thing is that because of its own nature of being a part of the unknown, human beings are the perfect food for this abyss, because they can't help but want to discover what is the unknown. They have to. It unsettles them. There's an element of fear, mystery, curiosity involved, and it keeps going. So there could be anything at the bottom, but I think the point is that even if it's not a creature, the idea of the abyss being an entity more and more makes sense.
Now,
but the curse being very delved into with some very clever exposition.
Yeah, that was a really good way of doing it.
Because they didn't explain it literally.
Right, they just explained how it works, kind of.
But
even then, not really.
But even then, not really.
Yeah.
The aspect that the Abyss has its own field, I would say. The force field up at the top that reflects the light into it to, give them the ability to see down here.
Yeah.
Is an aspect of that being shown at one scale.
Right.
But as they go down, every single level, they're going through tons of layers of this curse, essentially.
Right.
So if there are relics that can do things like that thin fabric and stuff, the whole Abyss is basically one giant relic in that regard.
Yeah.
But the fact that they chose to explain it this way, I think that means that I was kind of wrong. This is not a sci-fi by any means. They're going to continue delving into the fantasy stuff more and more. If anything, when they start revealing the relics to be what they are, that's when they'll have the opportunity to shift back to a more sci-fi sort of thing.
And the fact that they set up that this other guy, this Bondrude guy or whatever, that's very much going along the lines of something sci-fi-ish, because it's not what's in the Abyss, it's the people using the scientific method on the Abyss and on people using what the Abyss does.
And the idea that Midi and Nanachi were originally like captive by him,
and they escaped somehow.
Yeah, and he was doing things.
Right.
Like, I won't let him do as he pleases.
Yep.
That sounds like I'm experimenting on you guys. And
Yep. That is exactly what it sounds like.
And Midi being the experiment,
and
is why she wants them to kill Midi, because it's a pity to.
Right. It's the thing of she can't bring herself to do it
because they're friends and she cares about her.
Yeah,
but it's also
a reminder. It's
also, in a more selfish sense, it's a burden.
Right.
Here's the aspect that is the nice little conflict for Nanachi here. If she can't do it, it's the idea that she can't leave Nanachi either.
Right.
So what that means is that she probably wouldn't be here
if not for
Midi. So
that's a great point. Yep.
So Midi.
And what was that with Midi communicating with Rico or whatever that was?
It's going to be the tension of where Reg might be convinced that they need to do it, or Rico might actually be the one that's convinced they need to do it, and Rico's been told, "Please kill me." Like it's asking her, "Please kill me."
That is some Full Metal Alchemist influence.
This is really messed up. So the question is Midi going to be killed? I think she will be. I think that the way they set this up to be the last episode to deal with this kind of question is the final loss of innocence, I think.
Right.
It is the bit
that
where,
would be. Yeah.
It would be the bit where they kill a helpless child that was tormented beyond belief, but they do it as a mercy killing.
Right.
In order to remove the pain and suffering that she's been dealing with all this time and find her some peace. We don't know that she's currently in a lot of pain or anything like that. We don't. But maybe with what she was trying to communicate to Rico.
Yeah, that's where I think the real that's where the real conflict next episode will come in.
Yeah.
Because of that. And I am
that makes it very personal of an ending if they do focus on that.
Yeah, because that's like I would have expected they would bring something in of the again, what is his name again?
Bondrude, yeah.
Bondrude, yeah. I would expect they'd bring in something of him, and they did, but he's not actually there.
Right, it's kind of like what we were talking about last episode. He's this oppressive force that you feel from the distance, and it's like...
Right, kind of like the Abyss.
Yeah. But they're probably going to go into the details of, like, what happened to them. Because she said, you might not want to know that because then you'll want to help us. Which is kind of... I felt like it was kind of manipulative in a way.
But it also shows a lot about her personality if it wasn't being manipulative.
Right. Because if it wasn't being manipulative, then she's basically
kind of
saying,
despairing.
We're in a no-win situation, and you don't want to burden yourselves with us in the way that I've burdened myself with Midi.
Oh, whoa, okay.
Maybe there's some guilt involved there.
Absolutely.
Like I think that
yes.
I think that the guilt bit has to tie into why
is she the one that was still relatively fine and not Mitty?
Yeah.
The fact that she wants Mitty to die but can't bring herself to do it.
Right.
And is trying to get someone else to do it for her.
Yeah.
And okay, here's one of the other things.
Jeez.
One of the things that they introduced about her is that she isn't comfortable with people getting close to
her. Yep. Physically close.
Yeah. That's probably representative of what happened with Mitty.
And also what was potentially done to them.
Yeah, and potentially a bunch of others that
done things to them as well.
That Nanachi wasn't able to get out.
I feel like that Mitty is the one survivor, but there's probably others.
Yeah.
The idea that she has all this kind of cave raider equipment and stuff means that there's a very real possibility that those whistles and things are from other people.
Mementos from the others.
I still think that she might have worked out some kind of deal, potentially with Bondrewd, but she didn't tell Bondrewd about Mitty.
Okay.
Maybe. Actually, I don't think that works, because if they escaped, then no.
No, because there's I don't think, if they're doing experiments, Bondrewd might not care about Mitty, but I'm guessing he definitely would care about Nanachi.
Yes.
Because
that's true.
She's the best experiment so far, probably.
I'm getting a very twisted, kind of really gross take on the whole father-daughter relationship kind of thing. Very much akin to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
I
hope not.
I'm very much hoping that I have the stomach for whatever's coming next.
Right,
I can feel it's going to be very repulsive.
And okay, so what do you think about the idea that maybe Mitty is Ozen's daughter?
I don't know.
Because they said
if there are others, I feel like Mitty might not be that important, especially since they're talking about killing her. I think it's the idea that Mitty's identity might have been communicated to
Rico.
Yeah. Rico can Mitty could tell that Rico was the one that was basically exchanged as a life for a life.
Yeah.
To when Ozen carried Rico up top. Or maybe Mitty could tell that Rico was someone that should have died but didn't.
Right.
And Mitty is kind of the same way in that she should have died but she didn't.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of things it could be. I feel like Mitty's identity, though, isn't as important as the moral dilemma of whether or not they're going to kill a helpless little girl, even though she is in suffering and pain and torture, agony and all that.
Right.
Oh, I feel really gross. I feel like this show is intentionally trying to shake some aspect of your core a little bit, and I'm really enjoying the mystery aspect of this show, but do you start getting that sick feeling in your gut just a little bit?
Just a bit. I would say the main thing is how they handle the next episode.
Yes.
Because
if the next episode is handled flawlessly, this could be one of the greatest mystery shows of all time.
Yes. But
really
specifically
good.
With regards to the shaking the core thing, in Full Metal Alchemist, the whole thing of the killing the Chimera.
Yeah. We don't need to talk direct spoilers.
Yeah. But that was something that was handled very well, and handled in a way so that you were already shook by the event. You weren't shook by as much by what happened after.
Right. It's the idea that once it's all brought to an end, you're kind of like, oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Even though it's horrifying to look at, you're like, you have this sense of closure of oh, thank goodness.
Right.
If they dragged it out to kind of ooze out the pain and the suffering.
Or what if they made it so that, okay, I don't think they'll do this, and I kind of hope they don't, but what if Nanachi is super guilty about this because she knows that that maybe Mitty has basically grown used to the life she has now? She's adapted to it.
But that's a different take than I thought you were going to go.
And basically the killing, while Reg might see it as a mercy killing, it actually isn't.
Yeah, I think it's what did Mitty communicate to Rico in that weird kind of dreamlike subconscious state. It seemed like Rico and Mitty kind of exchanged places for a second.
And that was something that really concerned me for a bit, because I was wondering, like, wait, is that some sort of like body swap thing that's happening?
Yeah.
Because that
some
would,
kind of
that would
essence
absolutely
transfer.
not be okay.
It's like, oh, Mitty's fine. You don't need to do that. And then it's you can kill Mitty because it's actually Rico inside there. And it's the idea of she's thinking like, oh, by this time Mitty will have
done the swap,
and
then that way Mitty will be stuck in Rico's body and it'll be fixed.
This show hasn't transitioned to that level of darkness yet. No. Also, Rico is the main character,
exactly.
So we have a little bit of safety in that,
especially since they just came so close to killing her.
Yes,
yeah.
I feel like she's safe for now. It's Reg we need to be concerned about. I feel like if they encounter this Bondrude, he will not care at all about Rico. It'll be Reg, 100%, because he's immune to the curse.
Possibly, but I would say he might care about Rico a lot because she's gone through the curse, and because he wouldn't know that she was dead and like came back, but Reg, since Reg is immune to the curse, he can't experiment on Reg.
No, I think he could.
It would be different kinds of experiments.
It would be a very different kind of experiment.
Because they'd be trying to figure out why he's immune.
Exactly. So they basically just take him apart and be like, what makes you tick?
Yeah.
Are you actually a robot? We don't know what powers Reg.
Right.
We don't know what that little blue diamond thing was he brought up in his memory.
We don't know why the helmet reacts to him.
Yeah, we don't know why Reg even came into the story to begin with.
Yeah, we don't know why he exists.
Yeah, and I think that them having Rico in such a horrifying state, it's going to be a combination of Reg's choice with regards to Mitty, and then it's going to be Rico's choice with regards to how they deal with, like whatever comes next. Yeah. I'm really worried that there's only one episode left, because there's going to be some serious cliffhanger stuff.
Oh, absolutely, and it's going to suck.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think we have some other points we can bring up, but I'm really excited to watch the next episode.
Me too.
I'm very scared, but I'm excited. The fact that they went through that whole bit of the orbed creatures being able to see the future,
but then like tuning into the way it was perceiving the curse and
so the curse. Let's say it as like the Force right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was basically getting into the force right there.
So it's an energy field connected to all living things in the abyss. It has a strength and kind of a flow and give and take based on the interactions by things in the abyss. So creatures like this read the flow and can therefore predict the future because the abyss's own field has adapted to the individuals that are down there below. So that means the lower you go, the more adapted everyone there already is to it.
And that can be an explanation of why people are drawn to it, because subconsciously they realize that there's this, basically the Force, there's this power thing, something.
Yeah.
And that they can get understanding of it, they can, get all this stuff by going down deeper, but then they can't go back up.
Relationship.
Yeah, it will. And they also brought up symbiotic relationships with the mushrooms, and that might have been nothing.
Oh, I think that was very much
thematic, like little bit of breadcrumbs towards the nature of the abyss. Think about it
this way. So you have someone that's exploring the abyss, right? Mm-hmm. They have a horrible thing happen to them. They die, like the little shroom bear. Oh no. The abyss is like, no, you're not done.
Yeah.
It just kind of jolts them back. It's like, your drive must go. It's kind of the idea that they wouldn't die, but they're like, maybe I should stop going down the abyss. No. We'll give you a little relic. We'll give you a little trickle. I actually see the abyss as being like this very sadistic, like hamster wheel video game developer who basically is giving little trickles of dungeon items.
Right, yeah, because this is literally the dungeon that goes on
it is, but like, think about it. It's if you have someone playing a video game and they're doing a dungeon run.
Throw them a bone every once in a while.
Yeah, they're not getting much results. They're hitting a bunch of a wall and stuff. The game will suddenly get a little bit smart and be a little bit easier and drop some really good items and stuff. And you'll be like, ooh, I'll keep going.
And then once they're
that
200
dopamine
hours and
hit.
50 levels in, then,
Yeah, you're like, what is my life? And now you've pattern matched so much to find that dopamine hit from the game that you end up becoming addicted to it. And I'll bet you that's what it's like with the Abyss, that it's basically bringing people into this whole level of addiction to the exploration of the unknown. And they could even go to it to where the whole idea of the Abyss is that the Abyss is the relic. There is no end to it. It's the idea that you can continuously go down
forever and ever,
constantly feeding the cycle
of this anime that will never end.
Well, not necessarily, that to that meta of a level, but the idea that if the Abyss is the entity, it's not some Eldritchian Cthulhu type horror at the bottom, inducing pseudo madness into everyone to go down into the hole of death and terror that they know that they can't come back from. I feel like it's more symbolic than anything.
Sure.
Like the show doesn't necessarily have to have some grand boss or monster or reveal at the end. The whole thing can be about the journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I feel like this whole thing could be a metaphor for just life and death. It's the idea that what keeps people moving forward.
Right, yes.
Why do people press on with passion towards things when they know that they're going to die anyway? It's the idea of, is life truly meaningless?
Right, it's all about that shout into the void.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I love this show for that stuff, but they keep bringing in these very horrifying, disturbing elements. I wonder, where will they merge? That's where the story's plot will be a little bit more than just kind of the mystery elements.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the white whistles for now. Because for some reason they're still down here, and they seem to be imbibing parts of the Abyss into themselves, like Ozen, to what end? To make himself more pliable to go further down into the Abyss.
Right.
Not for actually being able to go back
getting the loot for the gear, the level grind, and go into the
It feels like a video game, actually. Like
absolutely.
A very sadistic, grindy video game.
Yep.
Maybe Ozen is actually the most intelligent of all the white
Because
whistles.
Because
she stopped.
Yeah.
She broke out of the whole system, and she needed to use the crazy relic to make herself durable enough to do it.
And she made a stopping point for other people that would go deep, very shallow up there.
Right.
And she brutally dissuades them.
Yes. And maybe she needs to. It's the idea that when you're too locked into some kind of addiction or something like that, kind words will, do good things. But if you want to get the immediate fast results, you need an intervention.
Yeah.
And I'm very worried about how the kids, by their own nature of innocent curiosity, are going to be carried further and further into this.
But who knows? Maybe that'll be the thing that ends up saving them somehow.
I think so too. Maybe that's why the mother is going down there, or she is down there, or maybe it's not the mother that wrote that.
Yeah, there's so many
ways it could go.
Great episode, though.
Great episode.
Yeah.
But they ended it on a cliffhanger here, so the finale's going to end on a cliffhanger too.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't think we got any direct info to carry on with the whole idea of understanding Reg's identity.
No, we did get that bit with the birthday curse thing, whatever, at the top.
Which is very weird. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
My gosh.
So and just by going away from the Abyss, that cured it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. What was the original story?
The original story was that on your birthday, if you look in a mirror, you die. On your 8th birthday or something like that.
No, I think it was a specific thing about your birthday, not a specific birthday. But it was that if you saw something in the mirror,
your reflection. If you looked at yourself in the mirror.
Right. Is there anything metaphorical you can get from that?
I think people used to think that mirrors were trapped the souls of the people that looked at them.
Yes, that is a thing. Yeah. But
I don't know.
Wasn't there some element of like this is just an old story and stuff like
They
that.
told it like a ghost story.
But the reason why I feel like that's interesting is because they told it as a story of like, oh, a friend of mine was a friend of a friend of a friend. What, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like one of those old generation kind of warnings that ends up getting lost in translation over time.
But if that many people were dying, then
story.
it's like you'd think they would have figured it out.
What my thought actually
is that they keep it a secret because they don't want anyone to figure it out?
Well, not only that they keep it a secret, but there are special moments in time where things have like happened. Like the idea that they've mentioned times like 4,000 years ago, like
2,000 years,
2,000 years, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I get the feeling that maybe the reason why like the abyss gets discovered, so to speak,
is because it basically goes into hiding after a certain amount of time and then decides to reappear.
Right. The idea that like what would be the craziest WTF moment? Okay, the abyss closes. Like, I'm thinking really stupid. Like, what if they ended this...
Or the abyss moves, or whatever.
The abyss moves.
Yeah. If the abyss closed, that would probably be the biggest one. Yeah. And maybe... And maybe that would explain...
Or something comes up from the abyss.
Sure. Yeah.
That's
I
think the thing that's more likely. If they revealed
it was actually some giant serpent that just burrowed through the ground, But here's one of the things. If they did end up having the abyss close or move or whatever, that would explain why Liza wanted Rico to go into the abyss. So that
Liza's trying to protect her?
Or at least make it so that they can stay together. Because it's like it closes and then it's gone for 1,000 years or 2,000 years or something crazy. Yeah. So... I don't want to never see, like, even though she went in super deep, knowing that she probably wouldn't see her again. So that's
crap! But I just got some really weird, some really weird vibes of like other stories where there's like the old stories that end up like all being true. There's and kind of the leftovers and stuff, like kind of a Mass Effect thing where it's like the
the
cycle kind of thing.
And
this
is very Mass Effect-y. That is a good point. Okay, here's one other thing. They started bringing in the other peoples from like outside this little forest.
Yes,
like, with the Ghibli, boats and everything.
That was fantastic. That looked like something out of Nausicaa Valley of the Wind, the tank things or the bug things,
or like what it made me think of was Nausicaa Valley of the Wind.
Those little bug tank things that come out of the forest.
Also the planes too. They looked very like that kind of
Zeppelin type things. Yeah. But they are like traders, right? Like they merchants and stuff like that.
But that makes me wonder, how big in scope is this story going to get?
Eventually, I think it could get very big. I think the idea is that the events of what happens in the abyss while Rico and them are in there are bigger in scope. Like it's kind of the fantasy thing,
because they've
not all of it.
They've kept us anchored to the people up top, even if it's with little bits here and there.
Right,
they've kept us anchored so that we know they're not completely out of the story.
Because I think it's relegated by extension through the abyss. These people are all surrounding the abyss at the top.
Right.
Now that we got into like what the curse actually is, they start going into this thing of saying like, oh, now the kids are getting cursed on their birthdays. What if there's a connection there, and the curse leaves the abyss, like
and
on some kind of consistent, semi-consistent basis?
All right. So if we wanted to go crazy here, here's what we could say: the abyss is about to feed, and not just feed, feed. Like Mass
really
Effect level feed.
Yeah.
And then it's going to hibernate for 2,000 years or whatever.
Or like some like ridiculous amount
amount of time.
Yeah. And
that's why people are getting drawn to it so much. Because it's getting ready for the big feed.
Oh. So it's releasing basically more of its bounty, for people to come grind the loot, basically.
Well, and the curse itself is drawing people in.
So you think that there is some kind of subliminal kind of madness, kind of old god kind of thing.
Yeah.
Slow. I could see that being a thing.
I could totally see that.
I feel like that's going a little bit too deep. No pun intended. But I am all for the abyss feeding.
Right.
I don't know that the curse is necessarily luring them.
It doesn't necessarily
the point
have to
that
be
Nanachi made is that you cannot stop human longing. And they had the narrator bring that up a little bit.
Okay, yes.
But are they going to say that the origin for human longing of this nature, where they're ignoring their fear about the unknown,
exactly,
because of the curse of the abyss?
There's something. It's like longing, absolutely, but they've the way they've set it up. The whole longing for people to go into the abyss has seemed just a bit unnatural. Not unnatural that you can't understand it at all, but it just has that uncanny valley factor. In Attack on Titan, the idea of going and exploring beyond the walls, yes, it makes sense because one, they're boxed in. It's not just exploring the one thing that they don't know about.
Right.
But it wasn't just that. It was the fact that they all knew this was a stupid idea.
Right.
This is a bad idea, but I feel like I just have to. In this, it's almost like a dismissal of the dangers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh yeah, we'll never see each other again. Oh yeah, whatever,
Well, no, they bring it up.
They brought up the never seeing each other again
feel
when they're
the
actually
dismissal.
there, and it's like, this is the last time I'll see you. But
Right.
the idea of like, oh, dying horrible deaths, bleeding from every orifice, all that.
It's the childlike innocence that says, "Oh,
right.
cool,
And the
those are
question
just
is,
stories."
Yeah, and the
stuff.
question is, how much of it is that, and how much of it is something else?
Right.
Because the other people in the town also, they don't really seem to be worried about it. In Attack on Titan, it's like, okay, it makes sense. Yeah, they're young and they're brash, and
everyone else is telling them
Eren.
to shut up and calm down.
Right,
and stuff.
exactly. But with this,
yeah, the environment itself, even the people specifically in Orth, are conditioning that environment to be stronger.
Right. In fact, they're raising them specifically
to go down there. So, wow. This is crazy. I feel like the next episode is going to have some insane discussion.
Yeah.
So, let's call it here for now. This was a lot of fun. We might have missed some things to talk about, but we'll go over it
I think we covered it pretty well
in the next one. And this will definitely be an episode that a show that has like a discussion stream probably at the end of it. Yeah, I think so.
Possibly.
Depends
on how that last episode goes.
It depends, yeah. All right, so guys, if you want to watch the next episode of our finale Made in Abyss reaction, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon's early access.
Yes.
Get on Discord and chat with us about stories or what have you. And we'll see you all there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.